Hello, it's NY Hunter, and a little bit of something different today. I wanted to bring you a new figure that I got for you guys to comment on and for me to find out a little more on. I got, as some of you know, my favorite character in the Marvel Universe, or one of them anyway, is Cyclops of the X-Men. And I actually have a few versions of him, and so this is just to show them off a little bit and then ask you about the latest one I got from AliExpress, because I don't know much about it and it didn't come with a box, instructions or anything. I just saw it, it was cheap, and it was a Cyclops, so I picked it up. But let's take a look. One of the interesting things is that I do have a few versions of Cyclops, and I thought I'd show them to you now. And one is here, the Uncanny X-Men, they call it Cyclops, but we all know that it's actually, well, anyone who knows the comics knows that that's actually the X-Factor version of Cyclops. And I really like this one. Yeah, none of these are open, sadly, but it's just because I like them so much, I just couldn't do it. I don't know if that makes any sense. But this one even has laser eyes, and I wanted to try it. And I actually, alright, I got two of these. So I meant to open one, but I kept them both shut right now. But yeah, I wanted to see if there was any light up effects or not. But I don't know. I kind of think there's not. But anyway, that's one side. And then this is the other side, just for reference if anybody needs to know or wants to read the story. It's right here. Or even if I want to go back and read the story and some other characters also. So anyway, that's one. Let's put this guy back here. Okay. And then here is another awesome one that I like, just because it is from the Age of Apocalypse. Oops, oops, oops. My hug is going to fall down. Okay, gotta put that down here for a minute. Okay. So the Age of Apocalypse version of Cyclops. And I just love this one because I like the Age of Apocalypse story. And it's such a, I don't know, such a scary story in some senses. And then for this version of Cyclops, what is that, a label? Yeah, I guess so. And this version of Cyclops actually only has one eye, and that's like, you always picture him, you know, he's a mutant, he has his ability is to shoot eye beams, and someone's already taken away one of his eyes, and it's just so sad. But then again, the whole story of Age of Apocalypse is pretty sad. So we'll put him back there. And then down here I have one more version of Cyclops to show you, and that's this one. Oh, and then comes the one that I got. Alright, and this one is also a Marvel Legends character, and a more recent version of Cyclops, actually. I can't remember exactly what comic series it was, but I read the story already that had this uniform. And then again, there's been a couple other versions, if you all know, you know, where he becomes a piece of the Dark Phoenix as well. And it's just an amazing story. And then now, of course, they have Island. And then, yeah, Cyclops died and came back because apparently we know now his skull and part of his mutant ability, if I understand it right, was in his head, keeping the pressures tamed that his eye beams you know, exert on his head and body, because, you know, that kind of force is great. And yeah, now we know, because that's how he died, by blowing his own head off. But anyway, that's another story. Alright, so here we're going to take a closer look at this guy, because, like I said, I saw him, and he's a 9-inch figure, which a lot of figures are not. And, let's see, and he can stand up well, but I don't have his feet set up correctly right now. But in any case, he has this movable belt, and he looks a lot like the original costume. It's just that he's got the yellow stripes as well. And it's a fabric uniform, which is totally weird to me. fabric uniform, and then this plastic piece. His helmet or his headpiece is not cloth though. So anyway, let's take a closer look at this, and then if you guys know what line he's from, etc., let me know. All right, so as I said, this is the Cyclops that I got from AliExpress. Not always genuine, sometimes knockoff. He's a little dirty. He's got a couple scuffs in his head, and then his uniform over here is a bit dirty. But he's called Marvel Legends Toy Biz Signature Series X-Men Cyclops 9-inch action figure. And I don't know much about him, and I didn't even know that anyone would release figures with fabric uniforms. And so it's very interesting. His hands also can open and close, so I guess he can hold weapons or what have you as long as you have something. So that's pretty neat. Don't see that very often. I believe I'm not a figure collector a lot of the time, so other than Transformers. So and yeah, so you can see he also, yeah, he had some brownish grease, I guess, on his head, and I needed to wipe that off. Hopefully it wasn't like animal poop or something. But yeah, a little bit of that, as I mentioned, is lagging right here. I don't know how clear you can see it, but yeah, a little bit of dirt there. But like I said, it wasn't very expensive, and supposedly a genuine figure, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe this is a question for Soul Keever also. Some of you action figurists might out there probably watch his videos, as do I. So maybe it's a question for him. I already looked in his history, and he never seemed to have done a video on this type of figure. So yeah. Anyway, I really like it. It's got a lot of great posability. I don't usually do articulation in my Transformers videos, but I will here for this guy just to show that, yeah, for a 9-inch figure, I'm assuming not very new. I'm assuming pretty old actually. That there's a lot of good articulation, and especially with the uniform being fabric, it doesn't feel like it's tight or going to rip. But when the joints are extended, it doesn't look like it's that loose either, which is great. you know. So anyway, I I really like this guy, but I want to know more about him. So, any folks out there with information on what line is it Toy Biz? Do you think it's a knockoff? Do you think it's for real? Um, and yeah, help me learn some more about this. I don't usually collect human figures, so excited to know more about my favorite. One of my favorite comic book characters. All right, that's it for now. This is NY Hunter. Please like, please subscribe. If you want to go to Patreon and take a look at that, please do. The link is in the description and down below. And yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one that I picked up from Ali. But like I said, no literature, no box, just what you see here. All right, thank you very much, and have a great one. We'll chat again real soon.